Are you part of a mega tribe and don't know how to build a raft at all, and this is what your raft looks like? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make one of these, a freaking beast at the sea. So let's get right into it. This is my personal strategy, so make sure you leave a like on the video. Alright, first off, go into the middle of the ocean so that all the snaps don't get messed up and you don't accidentally place foundations in the water. But once you're in the middle of the ocean, press Y with the foundation in your hand and then kind of line it up. Press Y again. Don't turn left or right. And then what you can do is line it up with like a board. That's what I did on that board at the end. I kind of lined it up, make sure the foundation was straight. And then I go right in the center, what I think is the center at least. You might have to try it a couple of times. And then I make sure that I can place a foundation on both sides of that. Then from there I start lowering the foundation. So to do this, you place a pillar in the middle of the foundation, then go over to the right side or left side, crouch down, and you should be able to place another foundation one little step below. So just keep doing this until you have a foundation that is right above the raft. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to keep lowering the foundation here until I have a foundation. So that's what it looks like to be one foundation above the ground. So what you want to do is start to place a foundation right one little tier under that. So just like that. So it should be like inside the raft. And then make sure you have one foundation still placed that's a foundation above that, if that makes sense. So once you do that, start placing the foundation that's one above all the way around the one that is lowered in the center, and then that's what it should look like. From there, just start following what I do here and enjoy the montage. Alright, so now what you want to do is just copy each side. So whatever you do to one side, do the exact same to the other. It's pretty simple. Alright, so it's pretty simple on the inside. You can do whatever you want. This is what I do. I place 3 large storage boxes on each side, right where it's the tallest in the middle, because that's the only spot you can actually place them. So I do 3 on each side, and then I also place down some smithies inside of there in each of the corners, along with some beds. I put 2 beds in there just for good measure. But that's where I place the smithies, right there in the little corner. It's like a perfect little spot. And then I also place down some mortar and pestles. You can do whatever you want. Like, you can switch it up. I don't really care. But you can do whatever you want. Just try to stay to a minimum with what you put in there. Don't put too much stuff just because you want to still have enough structures to put on the base itself. So, I mean, interior design isn't my best skill, but do whatever you guys want for the interior. Alright, so underneath the boat right there, as you can see in each of the corners, I got rid of the 3 little walls, so you can get rid of those and then just make everything stone. Alright, so on the inside here, once again, you can do whatever you want, but what I did is I got rid of the large storage boxes so that I could place some smithies, just because, you know, it's more effective, and you can put more structures on top if you do this. Alright, for stage 3, what we want to do is replace all of the stone with metal. Fairly simple. Also, get rid of each of the stone hatch frames on each side. And then what we also want to do is get rid of all the plant species X. So don't demolish the crop plots, but just demolish the plant species X themselves, just because what they do, it takes up another structure, and if you grow them in after you place everything, it doesn't count as another structure. It's kind of complicated, but just the only way to make the base have as many plants on top of it is if you destroy them at this phase. So also what you want to do is place a generator inside, and I recommend making an outlet on each side, left and right, just so that it can reach both of the turrets on each of the platforms outside. But this is what I did here. I just made a little extension. I'm not too good at wiring, but it doesn't need to be pretty, it's whatever. So then on the outside, make sure you place those hatch frames again. 2 on each side, so 4 in total, and then in each of the corners we're going to place some turrets, as well as on top of it, where we're going to have 4. So in total we're going to have 8 turrets, all very well placed. If you see that, you know, you got at least 4, 5, 6 turrets aiming at each side, so you can see that this thing is just a freaking beast. You know, it's going to stand up against pretty much anything, and no one can really just come over and go underneath it and C4 it or anything, because of those turrets that are on the outside, which will kind of snag people who are just in flak trying to swim up. So obviously this thing is not unraidable. I'm not going to say it's unraidable, because it is raidable. Rafts are like really easily raidable, but what this is for is if you're going out on a raid and you need a fob or you know, a base that's at the raid, this is what you'll bring. Or if you want to go out and kill some alphas. So I am going to show you guys in a second here how well this thing kills alphas. Like, it's insane. But other than that, you can use this just for PvP. You want to go out for fun, or I do recommend you using it for raids, but you can also use it in different ways, but I use it for raids mostly. So now I'm going to spawn in a Alpha Rex. I think it's about a level 50, and we're going to see how well this thing goes up against this Alpha Rex. So a couple turrets started shooting at it. It got out of range, but I'm going to go right up next to it and see how this thing tanks against this boat. Let's see how long it takes. I'm saying at least 20 seconds. Let's see though. Alright, so that was literally like 10-15 seconds. That's insane. I'm going to spawn in another one here and see what it can do. This time I'm not going to be riding the boat. I'm just going to be observing from a little bit away. As you can see, this thing is just melting it. You can't really tell the blood on the Rex because it's all red, but it is getting very bloody. This thing is just a beast. Look at it. Oh my gosh, it's just shooting away. It got like... It's pretty much got every single turret except one in the back, which is being covered by another turret. So this thing has so much range. It like has so many turrets shooting at once. That's why I love this design. From every angle, it's just shooting at it because of the way I built the base and how it's like a mushroom, sort of. The mushroom figure itself allows all the turrets and all of the plants to shoot at something from a lot of angles, so that's why I really like this base. Very good for PvP, as I said, and very good for raiding, and apparently it's super good for killing alphas. So if you guys want to go out, kill some alphas, get a ton of levels, use this thing. It will kill alphas in a freaking heartbeat. It's insane, and I think it only used up like freaking 30 bullets from each one. 30 bullets from each turret to kill that Alpha Rex. Like, that's insane. 30 bullets from each one to kill an Alpha Rex. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Leave a like and subscribe. Peace.